give the people what they want.
What's up, YouTube? Irish USMC Vet in the motherfucking house. What's up? What's up? What's up? Poison Sting in the house.
As always.
And he turned his stuff down. Is it really loud? Or was it not really loud? I don't know.
The siren was more loud than anything else, yeah.
All right, all right.
What you need to do is you need to be able to somehow turn down your mic real low. And I'll have to do the same or something, right? So that they all like, oh, I can barely hear it. I gotta turn it up. You know, maybe we whisper a little bit. You know, and then
you'll be very, very quiet.
All right.
So what's going on today, there, Poison Stinger? What are we doing?
Oh, today I am separating pennies because of something that your dumbass got me involved in. Thank you very much.
I do not recommend pennies. It's very horrible on your back.
Yeah, I think what I want to be doing from now on is like $half or full-on dollars, because at least those you can kind of read halfway decent.
Or you can get the lit magnifier that goes, that pulls over, and they're a lot easier to look at then, and they're faster. I like the one I had on the other day that I showed you. That's a microscope, but they actually just have a big giant magnifying glass. I'm sure you've seen them back in the day. The one that's on the little weird thing with the springs and shit on it. So
yeah. No, I kind of want to get a magnifier, to be honest. One of those ones, kind of like what you have. I don't know. They have one that goes around your phone's lens, so that you can do it through your phone. So I might do that. I don't know, but yeah, looking through this magnifying glass is a pain in the ass, and sometimes the light that's on the eye loop makes it look like it's doubled. I don't know how many times I'm like, oh, I found something. The wife's like, nope. That was the light. Thinking that it was the damn it.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah. I forget the forum, but I'll have to find it for you and let you know. There's a good forum. Blue Ridge Silverhound is always talking about it. So, I
have been watching his shit. Unfortunately, as we all know that this one has this, or. As we all know, we all know what we're looking for on the 59s. Do we? I don't. I just got here. Just whip out just whip out your $250, cherry picker guide. What?
Yeah, no, he has a I think 1,700 videos, so you have to go back and watch a few there before you before you're fully educated. But there is a forum that he talks about that you can go ahead and.
I did find another. I did search, and I didn't find it on his stuff, but I did do a search on just 1980s key date, or 1980 coin for the pennies, right? And there is a channel out there that did a breakdown of each decade, which is perfect because I separated the pennies into decades, right? So unfortunately they jump from one date to another date, and then they'll do one thing on the 94, they'll do a whole bunch of other pennies, and then they'll come back to the 94 midway through the video. I'm like, God damn it, would you have just told me that then? I could have checked for both at the same time. So now I have to go back and look at the other one again. But I found 3 weeks. One of them's from 1930, so that's fun. And Irish is frozen.
Am I frozen?
Oh, no, I guess not. You just quiet.
I'm sorry, I was checking out articles.
No.
Checking out articles. The Navy's apparently investigating an LSD ring. It must be in the Navy. So yeah. I'm sorry.
Fine by me.
So have you caught any of his new ones? Blue Ridge Silverhound.
Oh yeah.
He does like the bounty, and for every coin that he finds, he puts like $250 in a pot. You have to go comment on the videos. I don't ever comment because I'm always just listening. So but he does give a lot. He's got like he gave away a couple $1,000.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. So
yeah, I saw that. I watched those last two videos, and I think and the one that you would originally turn me on to, and then I've been searching other ones of his. So I've watched 5 or 6 of them by now, and they ain't short videos, man. There's like 44 minutes. The last one that I watched, it was crazy long. So I mean, it's great, but at the same time, not knowing or not having I'm not paying $250 for a cherry picker guidebook. And if you've ever seen that book, yeah, I'm not doing that, right? So I want to see it on video. I want to see an example of the fucked up coin. I want to see an example of the non fucked up coin. Show me where I need to be looking for the differences, right? Now, he talks about it, and that's great, and I'm still watching him. I'm still subscribed to him. But the one that I had seen that talked about each decade, they actually showed the fucked up one and the non fucked up one. So it's easy to tell. Like 1982. Right? 1982 is the transitional year where some of them are copper and some of them are zinc. Yeah. And I was able to weigh them out, and I know which one is zinc and which one is copper just from the weight. But then I find out that if you get one that's a Denver mint and it has a small date, and they said small D, and I was like, what the hell? All of them are really small Ds. But apparently the top of the 8 is smaller. And I think the 2 has a little bit more of a hook as it's going down, whereas the one that's normal is a straight diagonal line, whatever. Hey, War Drums, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff that you would normally look for, and pocket change. So.
Yeah, well, I'd gotten the penny books and I got a dime book, and I'm trying to fill them up. So I figured at nothing else, I'm separating the copper ones out. Obviously, you can't melt them down legally.
Well, if they do away with the penny like they did in all other countries, then you that 1 cent penny would be worth 3 cents. So you can definitely I save them. I've been saving them for years, and. But how I'm not even going to get into it, but just think of people that turn coins into rings. Yeah. That's essentially just destroying government property. People sell. I
actually plan on doing that pretty soon.
Yeah, I know. That's why I brought it up. But that's actually destruction of federal property.
Yep.
Yeah, we're all good. I'm all good. Just busy.
Believe me, if that's what they get me on, they ain't trying to get me on anything.
Just busy as hell. We had a coon problem, and
the cutest raccoon ever.
Yeah, he was cute, all right. But there's 4 more of them roaming around somewhere. So got 3 ducks and 1 chicken. So we're on the hunt for those. I was out last night. Actually, I was out for 2 reasons last night. I did a video for Morgan over at Rogue Preparedness because she bought some solar lights from Amazon, I think, and they're no good. They're no bueno. I've not had luck with them, and I bought $80 worth, and they lasted maybe 3 months. But I did a video on what I use now for my micro systems or miniature systems or whatever the hell you want to call it. So, but I was out walking around and showed the chicken coop at night and stuff. So
War Drums ask us if we're all good. Yeah, I've been pretty decent. I'm getting a little bit nervous as August is getting closer, and I have that procedure that I'm going to be getting done in August, which is freaking me out just a little bit, but it's probably a good thing. So we'll see.
Stinger, you podhead, you.
What? I'm a pothead?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I haven't had any good marijuana since the last time I went to Nevada, which was Thanksgiving of last year.
Oh, I thought you were going to say when you went to War Drum.
I wanted to go see him, but he's in Carson City, I think, or in that area close to California, right? I mean, in Nevada, somewhere out in the desert where nobody knows. You're in Area 51, right? Better watch out. I might give out your address while you're here.
Yeah. Oh, hey, we know you're notorious for stuff like that.
Yeah. Hopefully that wasn't too much. If it was, War Drums, you're going to have to let me know so that we can edit that part out. But it should be good in the long term anyway. Short term, it's going to freak me the hell out. How about you, Irish? You getting all your preps in order? You ready for this apocalypse that's coming? Or are we already in one, or what?
I mean, I don't know. It's not a big deal to me here because we're not in the city. So, like HTP was saying, we haven't really seen a whole lot of the ignorance because most of the people that knew what was coming moved out of the city. So,
Yeah. And I moved back into it. And what possibly could go wrong?
Right. So, I mean, he made a couple good points in his lunch chat the other day that I fully agree with. We don't see a lot of it because we're not in town. We don't have to go to town as much. And, I mean, realistically, all we have to have is toilet paper and some hamburger. But I'm working on rectifying the hamburger problem.
You got a raccoon burger.
Now, that was Black Yeti Survival. He's eating that, not me. But supposedly he makes a great raccoon. The trick is you have to cook it over an open fire and let it grill off all the fat because they're fatty animal.
That's what I've heard. It's almost like duck. I've never had duck though either. So.
Oh, duck's good. I like duck. Peking duck. We just slaughtered about 5 more the other day. So, well, Black Yeti Survival did. I just facilitate the. I was working on a car, putting a radio in one in a car while he was doing.
Yeah, we were planning on going to Texas this October, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to now. I mean, was it August, September, October? Yeah, because the wife, I would be fine, but the wife is getting hers done at the beginning of October. So.
Oh yeah, she probably wouldn't want to ride. Yeah, she probably wouldn't be comfortable riding around. I mean, I don't know. You'll have to let me know how it works. Turns out, but
yeah, I will. Believe me, I'll be bitching every damn day. I could only eat a walnut. I don't even think I can eat a walnut because it's nuts.
But it's lapro, whatever, right?
Yeah, they don't open you up. They just go in through like 5 different holes, laparoscopically or something, with cameras and prongs and shit. Yeah. It sucks that it's come to this, but it has. So it is what it is. Then I'll be a door kicker. I'll be thinner than Red.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't say that earlier because damn, you just giving it away today, cuz.
Well, that's not his name. I didn't come out and say his name.
Well, you can't even say that anymore.
No.
The Dixie Chicks no longer the Dixie Chicks. They just the dipshit chicks.
They just the chicks.
They just the dipshit chicks.
Yeah. Y'all hear about that? The Dixie Chicks changing their name? The hell is that bullshit?
I heard it on Poison Stinger's evening catch-up.
Right. I just thought, I've been trying to do that where I have like some levity. And that was kind of funny. Let's see. I have some news articles of the day here we can read. Booker tells anarchists to stay at it to force radical police reform. Booker like the congressperson? Yep. Every elected Democrat in office and every Democrat running for office lives in fear of the mob and the squad. Democrats were hoping to use mass protests and civil unrest to force the GOP to accept radical police reform policies. If it's the police reform that I saw, that's not that radical. The Senate GOP unveiled its own police reform bill last week, but the Democrats blocked it and instead plan to introduce their own bill, which includes extreme measures like ending qualified immunity for police officers, banning no-knock warrants, and cutting funding for the police departments that violate these new rules. Wow, I agree with the Democrats so far. I do not think no-knock warrants should ever be used, because then you get what we had happen, where a guy shot back because he had no idea, because they no-knock warranted his ass, and they locked him up for attempted murder of a police officer. They didn't even have the right fucking house. You know, I don't know how many times we've got to hear that shit. You know, no-knock warrants are bullshit. And the whole immunity for police officers, yeah, they should not be immune. If you shoot somebody, you should not be immune to prosecution just because you have a costume and a badge. I don't care if your job's hard. You know, nobody said it was going to be easy. You're the one that wanted to be a cop. But that's all I got to say about that.
I'm just looking at coins too, so.
Biden's cancer organization gave millions to top execs, little to actual research. Okay, so Biden has a cancer organization that he is taking money out of. Great.
I'm currently selling my oceanfront property in Arizona, so if you need to lose any of your bump stocks, we can make that happen.
Unfortunately, I lost those a long time ago, bro. But anybody else out there listening in Arizona that might have them.
Yeah, I got some oceanfront property out there, so if you're interested, I'm going to come on out and hang out. We'll go boating and shoot some balloons on the water. So any word on the pistol build? I have not heard what stock or is it the shockwave blade that they're talking about banning?
Yeah.
Did they actually come out and say that that's the one that they were going to, or?
I don't have confirmed information. I only have hearsay, but other people have said it's the shockwave. So this one, yeah.
Now, how ridiculous that they're going to ban a piece of fucking plastic.
Oh, they've already done it with the bump stocks.
I know. I'm just saying. But, like, and that's what I talked about, too, before. Like, you got a millionaire that's supposedly done these shootings. And I say supposedly because there's no proof. They won't release a lot of the information. A millionaire. Now, if I was a millionaire, and this is all hypothetical there, turds and the ATF, BATFE. If I was a millionaire and I was going to fully automatically shoot somebody from a vantage point, yeah, I would probably just buy a belt-fed motherfucking machine gun.
Well, here's my issue with this, and this is all conspiracy and whatever it is, but
right.
Well, why would you choose a bump stock? I mean, if you're gonna,
I would
obviously. Well, I know. Hold on a second. Obviously, though, they haven't found a motive, right? So I'm guessing that he is doing this to either A, take out conservatives, B, try to get some sort of gun laws in place during the Trump administration's whole 2 years of total control, right? Or, of course, he could be used as a patsy to do those things as well, just so you know. But, I mean, that could be the reason why this happened, was to enact more gun control. And, because there was talk about the Hearing Protection Act, and we were going to get some of our rights back. Well, instead of that, we had what happened in Nevada, right? And then all that went out the window, and here we are going around Congress to make new laws on what is and what is not fully automatic, right? So why would you do that? Why wouldn't you use a fully automatic? Because that would also point out that people can still technically, legally own fully automatics, especially if you had done it legally, right? So I don't know. I don't really know what the whole thing is with that. But my conspiracy theory is not that they were trying to technically get rid of bump stocks, but that they wanted to maybe use bump stocks in order to enact more gun control during the whole first 2 years of his term. I don't know. That's just my running theory, but I do find it very curious that he had bought a firearm that they never found that day. Like, where is that firearm? You know, and does it match the bullet that's lodged in him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why was there 2 windows? Why haven't we kept on the investigation? How the hell do you not have a motive? This guy was a normal person-ish, you know, Democrat, but he was also a millionaire. So him just like saying, you know what, fuck it. And I'm what? You don't have a motive for that? You don't have anything on your computer. You didn't go on any chats and say Trump is a motherfucking asshole. No, nothing? Yeah, there is something seriously fishy about this. I would love to have, like, I kind of want to do a lot more research on it myself and then get other people who've done research and just like have a fucking group powwow about that shit, because this is bull crap, bro. Bull crap.
Yep. Good morning, Mr. TV9. How are we doing?
Hey.
Yeah, I found it kind of fishy. They don't want to release none of the, the information. And
Well, Tucker Carlson said he was going to be on top of it, but I don't watch Fox at all, really. I do catch some clips of him, but I haven't seen anything or heard anything coming out from him in the last year or so on any update. I don't think there is an update on it. I don't think there ever will be.
It's funny you say Tucker Carlson, because every time your videos, like your live streams, go up, get done, that's who it plays on. Tucker Carlson shows up in the feed every time.
Oh, you're welcome. I do play his shit once in a while, and out of all the people left on Fox that I somewhat pay attention to, he's really the only one, right? Hannity is a total hack, totally into Trump's pocket, no matter what, right? At least Tucker will come out and call out Trump on his bullshit. He came out and called him out on the whole take the guns first, due process second. He's come out many a time against Trump. Not Hannity, man. Done with it. And then he goes on and on. Hannity always like, well, we know that most of the FBI is totally good, and the guys that go out on the beat, they're great. It's not them that we have a problem with. It's the leadership, the top people. Bullshit. I have a problem with most of them.
Mr. TV9's looking at getting a P320 compact.
Ooh.
Nice. How's the cleanup going?
Hopefully he's done by now. Jeez.
Well, I don't know. We don't know the extent of the damage because he's been busy. So how are you enjoying that new UTV? I'm interested in seeing how you're doing, how you're enjoying that.
Oh, you want to see? I'll give you a little sneak peek since Mr. Tommy Boy 9 is in the house. He is our resident precious metals person. I know it's not Mr. Tommy Boy 9's amount, but I picked up another little piece.
Oh.
Isn't that cute?
That's
and
nice.
then, and I got a really good deal on this. This is a copper 45 bullet.
Oh.
But not too bad for a 10th ounce of gold. I paid $190. So it's not. It was most of the time you can't even find it for less than $200. So it's a pretty decent deal on 10th ounce anyway.
Cleaning up, going good. So he's still cleaning up. Compact here and Kubota at dealer, hanging parts on. Are you getting some accessories put on it? Yeah, I want to know how it works out because I'm interested in getting one for working around. I actually have the 4-wheeler tore apart, and when I had it repaired last time, because I didn't have time to do it myself, the repair shop ran the wiring over top of the heat sink on the engine, and so it heated up and got uh, stuck in the fan, and that's why I won't run now because the
Mm-hmm.
idiots put it close and heated up the zip tie that they put on it, and it fell and got caught in the cooling fan. So I found the problem. Now I just have to spend a couple hours rewiring stuff and soldering everything back together, which I will not do a video on because no one will want to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
7058.
7058. Thank you. His strobe turn signals, rear net winch. Dude, I wanted to get an ATV so bad when we were out in the property. I wasn't out there long enough to be able to save up for that, but hopefully now that our finances are a lot better in order, I'll be able to. Well, first of all, we got to get some land, but we're doing all right. We're doing all right. I don't have a lot of gold and silver, but you know, everything's got like at least we have kitties, right? I have my little gold and silver kitty. I have my saving up for a down payment kitty, and then we also have some investment kitties. So I think I'm doing pretty decent. Definitely doing a lot better than I had before. So we're hoping to get some land, and then I can worry about getting an ATV.
Mine is
Man,
water cooled, better than air. Yeah, well, I had it's just an old 4-wheeler, and mainly I use it to haul this little trailer around to put trees on or bags of dirt or compost that we to mainly haul tools around and stuff like that. Because if you go down in the back part of the acreage, I usually take a backpack and walk down there with a weed eater and a can of gas, and I just got tired of doing that, so I bought a $500 4-wheeler a couple years ago. So
oh wow, that's not that bad. Everything I was looking at was like a couple grand easy.
oh, I definitely want one of those things that Mr. TV9 got, but
Right.
um, you know,
Oh, I get it.
I gotta wait till all the kids graduate and get out of college.
Yeah.
One of my oldest son did graduate. I think we did that. I think he told that on live, but yeah.
Mhm.
So I got one done. Everybody else is in high school or college, so almost there, almost there.
He got his Mr. Tommy Boy got his pension. Kabuta, 60 months. I don't know what that means. 0 interest. And $211 a month. Okay.
Yeah, they have a great plan. Well, he's saying he got his pension, so that's what he's paying for it with. Because he did get turned 65 back during the cerveza bug apocalypse started. But yeah.
So I'm kind of curious then. Obviously, I would imagine then he's got to be preparing for economic collapse, not as a hedge against inflation, right? Because I mean, you're 65, dude. So I mean, you're not like got a serious amount of time left. Like I don't know.
Damn, are you counting Mr. Tommy Boy out? He could be 90. Damn, Mr. Tommy Boy, you gonna allow that?
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. See, that's as I'm trying to come up with what I want to say in my head. I'm like, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. So, I guess my question then would be, what are you prepping for? Is it economic collapse? Like, are you gonna have to use this as actual currency to go buy yourself some bread, or are you doing it as a hedge against inflation and then cashing out in like 20 to 30 years at 80 or 90 years old? Is that better? That's better. Yeah.
Damn.
Apologize for any kind of offense that I might have given you on that one. He's like, I do have a few years left. Yeah. I'm sorry.
He lives in Tennessee, man. He's I forget where he moved from, but he does live in Tennessee now. So,
All right.
He just like any of the rest of us, just saving for a rainy day, right, Mr. TV9?
And I probably say that because myself probably got a shorter. I'd like to live till I'm 80 or 90, but I doubt that's going to happen. So.
Yep. Well, we never know where we're gonna go. So.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Now's the time. Shit, if you got, especially since you got the money, all your kids are raised. So. Yeah, I'm excited for you, man. My uncle, he retired and he got one. He got a fancy one though. It does. I think he got a Can-Am one.
Oh wow.
So, and it's really nice. It's got rims and shit on it, and he keeps it real clean. And he takes it off road, but he doesn't go play in the mud with it or whatever. But yeah, I was really excited for him too because I was like, oh, that's dope as shit. And then he's like, you want to drive it? And I'm like, nope.
No,
because if I fuck it up, I don't want to be responsible for it.
I would have drove it, but I would have drove it slow.
Well, I mean, it's not that. It's just the fact that it's brand new, and I'm in the mindset. I always have been. If I break something, I have to. It's my responsibility to fix it. So.
You asked, is your insurance up to date?
I try not to drive it.
No.
Well, he's really, my uncle. He's really into he's always been into cars like I have, but he's into classic cars. So he has Harleys and shit like that. So I'll ride in them and let him drive, but I'm not. He's really, and he keeps everything super clean. So. I don't want to take it out and put a scratch on it or something. I mean, I even take my pocket knife out when I'm working at the shop with him and stuff, so I don't scratch anything because I'm deathly afraid of scratching his ride or something.
So here, Mr. Tommy Boy has some interesting information here. And I'm curious because I want to get everybody's opinion when it comes to investing and stuff like that. But after 6 months, I'm doing it for the credit rating. So you're doing it so that you have revolving credit, I'm guessing, right? Also, and can pay it off with my metals. I bet you could. But why if I can finance for free? Well, I mean, obviously you're going to be paying an extra percentage on top of it, right? I don't know what your interest rate is, but oh wow, you're 750, very good credit. Holy crap! Yeah, so your interest rate is probably pretty low. And can you co-sign for a down payment for me? Yeah, our credit rating is what, like 650?
Not yet.
Not yet. We're getting to 650 though. We're working on it, but yeah, I don't know. We're a little bit late to the party. We've been what do you call it? Paycheck to paycheck for most of our adult lives. All of mine, and most of yours. And we just finally got away from that like a year ago, and have finally caught up to the point where we can put $200, $400 a month into gold and silver, $600 into savings, and then another $400 into stocks and bonds. Well, yeah. Stocks. I'd say stocks.
Kubota's really good. They have zero interest on most of their stuff, so that's what he doesn't have to pay any interest on it.
I didn't know what Kubota was. I thought it was a coffee. So.
No, it's a tractor. They make farm implements. They make all kinds of cool stuff. They make the little mini BX tractors that have the backhoes and stuff on them.
There's no interest rate. It's 0%. So what is in it for them? Nothing, I guess. Huh? That's strange. That's amazing.
Well, they sell you implements and service and stuff like that. So
there's extra fees somewhere in there. Well, I mean, if it breaks down while you're paying on it, right? They have to try to fix it, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, get paid for stuff like that, and plus he's already taken it back to get some fancy stuff put on it. So,
Right.
He put $2,300 down. That's good. That's good. No fees attached, he said.
Wow.
Yeah, the Veterans Farmers Coalition, that the organization I belong to, they give one away every year to a veteran farmer, and so that's probably the way I'm going to go. I'm going to sign up for that, but I always miss the sign up date for some reason. I don't check my email enough, so. But they do give one away every year, and then they give away thousands of dollars of gift cards to buy, equipment and stuff like that. So,
Right. Very interesting. Oh man, when I went to go get my medals on Wednesday, it was so sad. I mean, when I get silver, even it's expensive, right? I'm paying like $14 base for constitutional, which is just a little over $20 an ounce, which is really hard, but it's technically the cheapest I can find it unless I get it on eBay. And when I get it on eBay, it's hard to find it for melt value. I found 4 quarters. In fact, I have this pulled up. We got 4 quarters for $12.71, which I believe 13 something is melt value on those quarters. And then we picked up a set of 28 dimes for $38.52, which is just above, like by a few pennies above melt value. So right there, I can't get that for any lower, at my local coin shop dealer. My local coin shop dealer is probably the best you can find, except for with the eBay auctions sometimes. And that's not using eBay bucks. That's just looking for auctions that are ending the soonest and sniping on them. I shouldn't give that away, I suppose.
There you go, giving away more eBay tips that you should be making an ebook about.
Yeah.
I see that crap every day in a friggin' infomercial on YouTube somewhere. Hey, I got knowledge about some stuff. Come over here and buy my $1 million book.
I'm not like that. I hate that shit where they egg you on. Like they'll write this whole article about how the world's economic collapse is coming, and this is how you can protect it. Just keep on reading. I'm going to give you the secrets that you need to know in order to surf on by a financial tidal wave, right? And so you keep reading, and they're like, just keep reading, and I'm going to show you. And then you finally get to the end of it, and you can do all this in my book for only $29.95. I'm like, motherfucker.
$15 shipping and handling.
Yeah, buy one, get the second one free. Just pay extra shipping and handling. Bull fucking shit. I hate that crap, bro. I really do. If I have some information, I'm not gonna dick you around. I don't know. I've never asked for money. Even my mom was a long time ago was saying that because I did the Rubik's Cube tutorials, how I should have made that a paid tutorial because it was so detailed, yada yada yada, right? Which it was. But at the same time, what's gonna get anybody to go see mine where they have to pay $1 for it versus they're just gonna watch one that's already on the YouTubes for free? Maybe it's not as good, but how do you convince somebody that my tutorial is the best and it's worth $1 to watch it? And for me, with financial advice, come on. You going to pay any kind of money to get financial advice from me? I wouldn't even pay money to give advice from myself.
You never know.
I'm not a shyster.
You never know. All right, I'm going to have to let you take over for a minute. I got to step outside. I got somebody here, so.
All right, well, we're going to read some news articles and shit.
All right, I'll be right back.
Minneapolis Police Council puts plan to abolish police in motion. Ooh. It's time to start from scratch and reinvent what public safety looks like. Minneapolis City Council votes Friday on a proposal to change the city's charter to allow the elimination of the city's police department, a radical move supported by a majority of the council after George Floyd's death, but far from assured. The vote is one step in a process that faces significant bureaucratic obstacles to make the November ballot. where the city's voters would have the final say. And it's best. It's a good thing they're putting this to the voters, because if they didn't, they'd be outed. I doubt it's going to pass anybody who's voting. And it comes amid a spat of recent shootings in Minnesota's largest cities that have heightened many citizens' concerns about talk of dismantling the department. First of all, I think you do it with the sheriffs, but I've already said that many times. The Minneapolis force has come under heavy pressure since Floyd, a black man in handcuffs, died May 25th. Yeah, we already know that. Activists had long accused the department of being unable to change a racist and brutal culture, and earlier this month, a majority of the council proclaimed support for dismantling the department. You know what? I saw a video, and I'm actually going to talk about it tonight a little bit on the evening catch-up. They had banned the chokehold in this one town. I forget what town it is. I don't have it up in front of me. They had banned it like 4 days prior, and then this cop used it on a white kid right in front of the kid's father for no reason. They said he was resisting arrest. It shows video. I call bullshit on resisting arrest. Now, both the officer who did the chokehold and the officer with that person are both on paid leave, suspended, right? But you know what? We'll be discussing this tonight. If you make the chokehold illegal, then you can't use it anymore, and then you use it, you should be fired immediately. Now, that even if you agree with the chokehold, right? Even if you think the chokehold is perfectly fine, first of all, the video on this would make you think otherwise. I think even how you watch the video on this one of this cop giving the chokehold to this kid for absolutely no reason at all, and say that was totally warranted. If you do, you're a clown, in my opinion. But even if you're okay with the chokehold in other situations where maybe it is warranted, if you ban it and then you use it, you should be fired. I don't care what you're, black, white, anything. It should be fired. RTV 400 is air cooled, but I have the RTV 500, so you have the fancier one. That's cool, dude. That's really cool. I should find that video. That would take too long right now, but maybe I'll do it later. Doing so would first require amending the city's charter. Draft language of the amendment posted online would replace the department with the Department of Community Safety and Violence Prevention, which have responsibility for public safety services, prioritizing holistic public health orientated approach. So I don't know. I don't think we should defund the police. And I'm starting to think there might be some decent cops that are technically still law enforcement. So I'm trying to change my mind on that. And the only reason I'm trying to change my mind on that is there are a few people that I respect pretty good, Irish being one of them, that says that there are good cops that are still on the force. So I'll give, maybe I should be giving them the benefit of the doubt. But I still hold by my opinion that if you see something as a cop that's illegal and you don't say anything because it's a thin blue line, then you're not a good cop. You're just not. I don't care if you help the little old lady across the street. It only takes one moment, right? You can be a good cop 99% of the time. You kill one person because you were amped up and angry at the situation or whatever. You were in a police chase and you ran them down and the adrenaline's running. You have that one moment. It only takes one moment, right? So, I don't know. Let's see what else we got here. Let's read the Biden and his cancer organization. Funding for defunct, inactive came from 57 partnerships with drug and health insurance industries. I need to get better at reading. I've been having issues with it. A nonprofit established by a presidential candidate, Joe Biden, has given millions of dollars to its top executives. Wow, really? But very little money towards actual cancer research, according to the report by Washington Free Beacon. The Biden Cancer Initiative, created by the Biden family after the former vice president's son died of cancer, spent nearly 2/3 of its $4.8 million in funding on salaries and benefits for its executive members, according to the organization's tax documents from 2017 and 2018. Wow. So Biden's son died of cancer. And even now, he is using his own son's death to profit or to make his friends profit. Wow. Is there any kind of low that these people won't stoop to? At least $3 million went directly towards salaries, and $1.7 million was used for other initiatives, including benefits. Of that $1.7 million, $740,000 was spent on conventions, conferences, and meetings. Meanwhile, the Biden Cancer Initiative failed to cut a single grant check to an outside organization or research firm, the Free Beacon found, even though its founding purpose was to find a cohesive, comprehensive, and timely approach to cancer prevention, detection, diagnosis, research, and care. The vast majority of the organization's funds came from the 57 partnerships it had developed with businesses in the drug and health insurance industries. The top executive of the organization, Greg Simon, was paid more than $420,000 in 2018, according to the tax records. Wow. Is this a nonprofit? I don't know. I don't think it said it was a nonprofit. Biden stepped away from the organization in 2019. An organization as a whole suspended his activity. And then the organization as a whole suspended its activities when Biden began ramping up his presidential campaign last year. So in 2019, when he probably decided he was going to run, he got out. And then as soon as he said he was going for president, they shut that shit down. Maybe because they didn't want to have that be looked into, I guess. Is that what they're getting at here? Today, we are suspending activities given our unique circumstances, Simon said in a statement at the time. We remain personally committed to the cause, but at this time, we have to pause efforts, he continued. We thank the community for the incredible response to our mission to improve the cancer journey for patients and to improve outcomes for all patients for generations to come. These numbers will likely raise new questions about Biden's financial dealings and whether he allowed close connections to profit from his position. His son Hunter has been at the center of these questions ever since Biden's business dealings in Ukraine came to light. So this goes on with Hunter as well with Ukraine. That's crazy. These people are evil, man. There is a special place in hell. You know, I don't really delight in seeing people get taken out or, you know, thinking about how a lot of the wicked are going to get, you know, taken out at the end of times when Jesus comes. I'm not saying taken out any other way, by the way. But, you know, second coming of Christ and the wicked will be taken out. A lot of those people, I'm not looking forward to that, you know, because a lot of people are not technically bad. Maybe they just didn't believe or whatever, right? These people, I want to see that. Give me the popcorn. Biden's three siblings, as well as his daughter Ashley, and even the late Beau Biden, had all been implicated in scandals of varying degrees of severity in which they exploited their family connection to promote lucrative personal enrichment schemes. Many of the staffers involved in Biden's nonprofits, likewise, are alumni of his political operations and have gained patronage through their loyalty. Wow. All right, so I think I hear Irish is back. Am I correct? No, guess not. Liberal not licensed. No, there's nothing beneath some, unfortunately, on the good cop reconsidering. There ought to be some out of 600 to 800,000, depending on who's counting. Yeah, I mean, first of all, once again, as I said, if you see something and you're a cop and you don't do anything because thin blue line and you know your brother, you're watching out for your brother's back, that's bullshit in my opinion. Now, depending on where you're a cop, maybe that doesn't happen. And if that doesn't happen in your precinct, then you're always a good person and help people out and, you know, try to keep everybody's constitutional rights in mind, I have no problem with that. I have absolutely no problem with that. And as I said, some people have said there's good cops out there and they've had experiences with them. I guess I haven't. I mean, I've had cops that weren't assholes, right? I've had normal cops, but at the same time, I've had the other as well. I've never had anything real bad happen. I've never been beaten down. I've been drawn on, or not drawn on, I should say, hand on gun. There's a big difference. Sorry about that. But, and that was bullshit because he pulled me over because I didn't come to a complete stop and when I made a turn. And so as he pulled me over, this was the second time I had dealt with a cop since I'd, carried a weapon. And so I did the same thing as I did with the first one. As soon as he rolls up, I have my hands on the steering wheel, my wallet already in my hand because I already dug in my pocket. As soon as he pulled me over, as soon as I came to a stop, I got my wallet out. I got everything I needed to get out right away, right? Had it all in my hand, had my hands on the steering wheel. As soon as he comes up, like, hey, officer, just let you know I have a concealed firearm. First time I ever had that happen, no problem. Just keep your hands where I can see them, and we'll just continue on. All right, cool. I think he asked me where it was. It's on my right hip, the first cop. This cop, he was freaked out. He was freaked out. He's like, I'm going to need you to get out of the car with your hands up. Very slowly. I'm like, oh, shit. And he's wanting me to take it out of the holster, right? Take your gun out of your holster. I was like, oh, hell no. My hands are up, sir. You go ahead. It's right here. You can go ahead and grab it. I don't even want to reach for it. No, I'm not going to be like that. So he took it out. He proceeded to take out the bullets, put the bullets in some compartment on his bike, and then put the gun in his trunk of his bike, a little compartment thing. Proceeded to run the serial number, which I don't think he was supposed to be allowed to do that, but he did it anyway. And then when he did finally give it back, gave me the gun, gave my wife the bullets in the magazine, which he had separated, obviously. Wow, that cop was paranoid as fuck. Dude, you live in Arizona, right? Gabriel Montoya, what's up? And NFW. Good morning. Liberty not licensed. Character is most displayed in the dark, but nothing is hidden. There you go. What's up, Irish? You back? I see you change in the chat.
Yes, sir. I'm back.
All right. You missed my whole "there are good cops in the world" speech.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So is anybody searching their pocket change is what I want to know.
Well, I am. But I don't think we talked about it enough on here. Maybe we should do a chat just devoted to pocket change and how much money you can find in just your normal change.
Yeah, the original pocket dump.
That coin, that 1 penny that you had turned me on to on eBay that was going for $50-something?
Yep.
It went for $80-something at the end of it.
Really?
Yes.
So
for a penny. And it wasn't even that good of a penny. Or an error. I forget what the error even was. I think it was mild doubling, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, it's out there, man. It's out there. You just have to search for them.
Yeah.
I was looking at the NGC grading website. It's like $300 a year. And then you have to pay for each coin that you submit. But man, if you get a $10,000 coin that's pocket change, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I like filling up my little penny book. It's my little extra something to do when I ain't got nothing to do. Because now that I don't vape, I need something to do with my hands all the time. And this helps a little bit. But I don't know if I want to get into it that much. Because I'm not really a numismatic person, right? I'll sell it on eBay, but I'm not going to keep it. Not unless it was one of those counter or those off strikes that are like 90% off center, where it's mostly just a blank planchet and then just a little bit of a punch. Those, I might keep that. That's just kind of cool. But actually, for the right price, I'd get rid of it. And those things are pretty valuable. I don't know.
this is some. I mean, it's tedious, but if you're sitting around on a rainy day, you know.
Well, I'm not one to collect it though. I'm not gonna go buy one from eBay. You know.
Yeah, no, but it's cool to find.
Yeah, it's cool to find if you know what you're looking for, but there's a lot to it, right? When I first got into silver and collecting, silver, I bought 3 of these slabbed eagles, right? And I bought them because they were going for like $75, $85 on all the websites, AtMex and Provident Metals and all those places, right? They were all selling these dates. There was 4 of them to buy. I bought 3 because the 3 of them were more than what they were asking. They were asking $50 for each one, right? And so I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, well, this one is going for $70 to $80. I can almost double my money, right? This is my thought process. And so I talked them down to 45 at each, right? I felt all good and confident. I have one left. I did not sell them for double my money, but I have been selling them for what I paid for them. So I'm getting my money back. So it's not as much of a fuck up. Everybody has, I guess, their mistake that they made with precious metals. This wasn't definitely mine. It's not a big mistake, but it was enough to piss me off. And I'm glad I only got one of them left, but yeah. I'm not really into numismatic, and that's numismatic, right? So the people I'm selling that to, they have a whole set probably, right? And they're trying to get the collect them all. I want to get silver eagles for under $20 an eagle. That ain't happening. Not even on eBay. Not unless I have eBay bucks to buy a lot, right? But which is sad, because the premiums back in the day, I wouldn't mind paying $2.50, maybe even $3 premium for an eagle, for a silver eagle. But now you can't get it for less than like $5 or $6 over spot. And I'm just not about that, man. As I said, I've been really trying to get at melt value for constitutional silver. And really, constitutional silver is the most I've been buying. I did just recently buy, I think it's a kookaburra, an Australian kookaburra, 2014, 1 ounce silver round for $22. With shipping, it's $27. So that's our first kind of fancy fun silver, just to kind of keep it interesting. There's a few other ones that we kind of want just for fun's sake, I suppose. Liberty not licensed. I wondered why I got so much attention one morning from a sheriff in an SUV as I was driving into my office. Once there, I realized that I'd left my holstered sidearm on my dashboard. Well, it depends on where you live at, right? Here in Arizona, I don't know if that would be an issue, because we're an open carry. Well, we're a constitutional carry state. You see people carrying and putting guns everywhere. In the city, I don't know, maybe you'd get a little hassle.
Yeah, it's. I forget where Liberty Not Licensed lives. I think maybe Florida.
All right.
Sorry if I forgot. But welcome back. I haven't seen you in a couple days.
And if
go ahead.
Yeah, no, okay. One of my good friends is a narcotics officer. He's a hell of a good man. He was at my wedding. He has distanced himself from the other officers and is taking an early retirement. He says, "Fuck this shit." So that's great to hear, man. And that's what you need. Unfortunately, he's quitting, right? That's exactly what we need in office, and people in office, right? Is we need people that are not going to put up with that shit. But at the same time, it's hard, right? Because it's so few good officers that they get abused and called a snitch and the whole bit, right? Definitely made an example out of if you uphold your oath to the Constitution. And as I said before, you take 2 oaths, one to the Constitution, one to the state's laws, which contradicts each other, to be honest. Other than that, I'm working on this tube of quarters. I got $7.25 face value. It's not a lot, right?
What are they, pre 60s or
64? Most of them are 64. I have a couple 62s and they're like two 60s, but they're all in really good shape. All 60s though, you can tell that they're all silver. Right. So I got that $7.25 in that. I've got $10 of dimes. Basically, I think it's what is it? I have a roll of Mercs, and then I have like another 20 Mercs, and then I have 30 Roosevelts. Yeah. And the Roosevelts are in really good shape. I mean, they got luster. They almost look brand new, which is really nice. And then I got the 1/2 ounce of gold and a 1/10 ounce of gold. That's where most of my money's in right now is the gold.
yeah, that shit's not cheap. As you know, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately. NFW only buys brass and lead. Those are your precious metals. I have a lead story too. I cast my own bullets. You know, I got to save as much money as possible. Some of my great pickups that I did on Father's Day, we went to a gun show, which was amazing that finally had a gun show. Found a pound of powder from the 1960s for $15 for a pound of rifle primer or rifle powder. So that was a really good. So usually it's like $30 for the new stuff, but this is still sealed. It's never been opened, right? So it's good stuff. And then I had the last gun show I went to before all this C virus happened. I'd gotten 80 pounds of lead ingots that were already processed, cleaned, and they were all wheel weights. So I got that for $1 a pound, which I'm pretty happy about. And brass I just reuse. Already not licensed. Thanks, Irish. South Florida now. Yeah, Florida used to be a really gun-friendly state. I don't know about so much right now.
So how are you recovering? Because if I remember correctly, Liberty Not Licensed had COVID, and several family members did as
well.
Yeah. He's a jarhead also. He fought the communists in South America. So that's the he's referring to the narcotics agent, right?
Yeah. South America. So he has some knowledge of where the drugs come from.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Anonymous American. Hello. I just bought a Help GE portable 40-channel 4-watt CB with a magnetic car antenna for $5 at Habitat for Humanity. It works awesome. Yeah. I just looked at those. They're like $55 brand new at the truck stop. Without the antenna, so another $25 for the antenna. So that's a mighty fine score.
Yeah, that's like my pink 8-ball Jesus.
Yeah, I've been actually finding a lot of people here recently who are actually putting CBs back into their cars.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing that myself.
It wasn't a big thing. I mean, it was when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's coming back. People are
well. Everybody had a cell phone, but now with cell phones with the tracking, yeah, for sure, I'm going to put a CB in my car. Yeah.
So yeah,
I just got to get one that can go a good distance, you know.
Well, you just put a Black Widow amplifier in there and be done with it.
Yeah. But yeah, I leave my cell phone most of the time at home, unless I'm going out to get silver, because I do have apps on my phone to help me make sure I can't keep it all straight in my head, so I have apps to help me out on that.
Yeah, there's so many different things.
Dude, well, you got face value versus how many ounces is in it, you know, and all that shit, and they start talking and yapping because you mentioned that you know how much per dollar face, so they think you know, right? Because I just told you something that maybe not everybody knows, and then they start spewing all this other shit. I'm like, dude, stop! I only know so much, man.
So Liberty Not Licensed says that they're completely recovered. Praise good. God. Yes. Hey, thanks for checking in, man. I can't remember where everybody's from all the time, but you know, yeah. I'm glad to hear you're doing all right. So I also heard the other day that there's complications afterwards. So I'd be interested in knowing if you because they say blood clots is a big thing afterwards,
Ooh.
and as well as lung damage. So, do you have any information on that? I mean, have they checked your lungs to see if you have like scar tissue from like having severe pneumonia or anything?
I have scar tissue from pneumonia apparently, but not severe, I don't think.
Can't stay long. My phone is 10%.
Oh no.
Have to get to some live stream.
Oh, he had to get some of this live stream.
All right, Roger that.
Well, we
thank you.
appreciate that very much. Yeah, for sure.
We need to buy him a juice pack thing. So
Yeah. Well, shit, we could put that into the contest that we're gonna have eventually someday, maybe.
Ooh, he's
Have
got
a power bank.
Anonymous American has a ham in his truck and adding CB2.
Now, do you have a ham radio license, or do you just listen? There's a question I have. If he's still here.
Yeah, ham radio. You can listen to if you don't have a license, so it's not a big deal. Just plug it in and go. I also have a ham radio connection in the car.
Well, here's the question: if you have the ham radio in the car and you use it, how do they know it's you? Because isn't the whole way they find out that you using it without permission is that they track you down from where the signal came from? If you're moving in your vehicle.
Right. I mean, but if you're a law-abiding citizen per se,
I am no longer a law-abiding citizen. I am a constitutional abiding citizen. I will abide by the Constitution and the laws that are constitutional. That's what I will abide by. I hate that law-abiding citizen shit. Now,
but the ham there's some ham radios like you can get a 2-meter ham radio that is a CB as well, so it does both frequencies. So that's
right.
Pretty cool.
Oh, he is licensed.
Oh, hell yes, he does.
Yeah.
Knows about the South American drug war. I'm going to help my son. Peace, love, enjoy. You and your family. All right, Godspeed, brother. Have a great day.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Glad to hear you guys are doing outstanding down there. Anonymous American says, yes, he's licensed. I have lung damage from it, but already was missing some from pre-existing damage from other events. Yeah, I remember you talking about that. And have immunity to getting it again, unfortunately, because I'm immunocompromised. Oh, Eat the garlic, man. Eat the garlic. Eat the garlic. Take the ZMA, and yeah. All right, be safe, brother. I'm glad you checked in. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate it. Glad to hear you're doing good, you and your family, for sure. So, NFW, do you think you can get that jarhead on here sometime to chat with us, or?
That would be amazing.
I mean, he can use an alias. He don't even actually have to get on and video chat if he doesn't want to. He can just come on and he could be the other anonymous American.
Well, as I said, though, before I came to the light that there are good cops that are in the force somewhere, some days. Most of the time before that, I would say that the only good cop was a cop that was retired or had left the force one way or the other, because usually the cops that do speak out against bullshit that happens in their own departments get fired or let go or are forced out because everybody, is ganging up on them or whatever, calling them a snitch. So, I mean, I'm real willing to be wrong on that, I guess. But narcotics officers, man, I don't know. Then there's the whole war on drugs. What do you guys think about that? You think it's something that we should even be doing? Or should we have gotten rid of the whole war on drugs long ago? Is it being effective? Is it saving anybody's life? Are people that want to do drugs still doing them anyway? It's one of those questions.
I mean, they are. They're still bringing them in. Speaking of that, last night, I believe there was a police chief in Mexico that the cartel tried to assassinate.
Well, there's a good cop, because apparently he's pissing off the cartel.
Oh, it doesn't take much to piss off the cartel.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not being paid. You know.
And I shouldn't make broad examples like that.
Yeah, you can't cast a net on everybody just because somebody's a douchebag. But yeah, they shot his SUV up. That's actually the picture that I used for today's chat. So if whenever you see the chat before you start to play it, you'll notice that that's what it is. You could try.
Yes, okay. Yeah, we try not to talk about anything that's like that here.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Even if nothing else, he just gets on there and bullshits with it. So that's fine too. Like we don't have to. I am definitely not one to push issues like that. I have some issues of fallen brothers as well. So, I mean, I fully understand that, and I will never.
And I can be an idiot, but I try not to be.
Do you use Patreon, Irish? I'm on there and don't know if you utilized it. I was going to throw $1 if you have content. I don't use it per se. I do have one.
There are links in the descriptions though for your project. Your Rally Point Irish, right?
Yeah, everything's in the description box below. So if you click on the description box, if you want to send me snail mail or anything like that, that's where to find it at. But yeah, I don't put Patreon videos on there. I know a lot of people do, but I just do. I feel like I give it to people here for free because I want to help people. I could do Patreon videos and just transfer them over here, but I don't feel like if you want to give me a couple dollars, that's great, but I don't want to make you pay for something that I would prefer everybody to have.
Exactly.
So I do have a Patreon account though. That's weird.
Yeah, well, I do too, I think. But
whenever it all came out, and I was actually monetized back in the day, and I had thought about just doing them all on Patreon. But then I thought, well, I may or may not reach people either way. So,
well, hopefully, when we get you up to 1,000 subscribers, you can start having the super chat options.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, those are nice.
As soon as we get to 1,000, we'll start doing some good giveaways too.
Yeah. I think we should do a giveaway before then, so we can get you up a little bit, man.
Yeah. We need a war on Democrats. We need a war on anybody that's in public office that's a career politician.
Yeah.
There should never be a career politician because
believe me, there's. Sorry, go ahead.
As soon as they say we're here to do for you, it's automatically the green weenie with no Vaseline. So, yeah, no career politicians.
And that's going to be hard because they have to vote on that, right? So I don't see that ever happening. Not unless we, the people, come together and force that. But really, that would solve a lot of problems. You heard some of the stories that I was talking about with Biden, right? That fool should have not been in office for that long. They have no interest in anything to do with the American people, just how rich they can become. I mean, he doesn't even give a shit that his son died of cancer. He's using that as an opportunity to make more money for him and his friends. It's just sick. It's sick and wrong, and I can't wait to see that shit burn up when the end times come up, right? Yeah. But, Republicans, there's just as bad, some of them. I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them are like, oh, I'm the most pro-Second Amendment person you can put into office. They go in there, and then they start sputing on how their red flag laws are going to be better than the Democrats' red flag laws because, this, and this. It's still a red flag law. Right? If you're not for shall not be infringed and mean that for all firearms, then I have a problem with that person. I don't want background checks. I don't want suppressors tax stamps. I don't want have to get a CCW in order to carry around. It's shall to keep, to own, and bear to have on person shall not be infringed. That's all that needs, if you're not, if you're for anything else than that, you're out of my,
I posed this question to you, and it's a logical question.
All right.
If they can protect you, which we know they can't, but
right.
How is it their 20, 30, 40, 50-year war on drugs has not worked? So you mean to tell me that if you can't control drugs that are illicitly made, how are you going to control somebody making metal in their garage? Or a prime example of this would be the manufacturing of AK-47 fully automatic assault weapons in the caves of Afghanistan.
From a shovel.
Now you tell me how anything that a person in a cave in Afghanistan with primitive technology, and you're gonna try to take it away from people. It doesn't make any fucking sense. You're not going to any attempt to do anything illegal. Is people are gonna find a way to do it.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, I guess I would be if everybody tries to put you in a group because a lot of people are like, oh, you're just a sovereign citizen. No, I'm not. Do not put me into a group. If I was to be put in any kind of group, it would be a constitutional absolutist, right? All men are created free, and equal, and don't infringe in any of my rights. And the federal government should only be worried about foreign affairs and have nothing to do with states' rights. And states should be their own little countries. The whole bit, right? We've gotten so far away from that. We'll never go back, obviously, but that's where I'm at, right? If I'm not going to vote for a Republican if they're like, well, I believe that background checks work. No, I don't want to vote for you. I don't think background checks work because people who have criminal records still get firearms because there's ways to go around it. So really, the only thing that you're doing is you're putting an extra infringement on my right. So thanks very much.
Look, if you have money, you can buy whatever you want to, no matter what.
Well, yeah, there you go.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, like, even if there was a complete digital currency, people would still find a way around that.
Yeah.
Would it be harder? Yes. Yeah. But people would still find a way around it.
I would like to know what gun laws actually prevent criminals from doing criminal shit. Because I don't think it does. Does it make it harder? Maybe a little, right? They have to get somebody to do a straw purchase for them. But believe me, it ain't that hard to get somebody to do that.
Well, I mean, the gun background check only keeps honest people honest.
Exactly.
I mean, so an anonymous American, yeah, I saw that you had one, but wasn't sure if you ever checked it. I check it. Sometimes I post stuff on there, like comments and stuff. I'd planned on using the Patreon to give back to the subscribers. So,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember. I'm actually a Patreon of you. I went over there and I signed up for it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be his biggest tier. Because usually they have like 3 tiers: $1, $5, $10. Like I'm gonna be the biggest tier subscriber to Irish, right? I go around. Dude has it up to what, $100,000 a month?
Yeah, I was just playing with it, and because James, I went and looked at James Yeager's, and I was like, yeah, nobody's gonna do this, but I just made it stupid, because I figured nobody would ever go over there and check it out.
I mean, I did. I still, I'm about as big of a supporter as I can be financially, but damn, dude, I'm like tier 3 out of tier 20. Like, there's 20 tiers, bro.
All donations are appreciated, and they will be turned around and put into stuff to give back. But yeah, it's just not big yet. So I have a big goal.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I'd say you do.
But hey, you go big or go home, right?
There you go.
Go big or go home.
Well, I think we should have a contest at some point.
I mean, I could do just, there's a lot of people that do stuff and share stuff on there. I just, like I said, to me, I want to share as much as I can over here for free. And then I was going to use that as like a give back to the people that, supported my channel. So.
Right.
But it didn't take off, damn it. It didn't take off.
NFW is going to hit him up. Got to get doing stuff. Have a good
day. All right,
day.
Anonymous American. Have a great day, man.
Screw the rep pubs and the dims. Yeah, pretty much. Anybody that would make you less free, don't be for them. Because they're not for you. Evil is evil and can't be regulated. Only good people can counterbalance evil. That's a good comment. I appreciate that comment. That is true. Limiting good people is just making it easier for evil people to do evil shit. You know what I mean? And his phone is dying, so he's out. And Gabriel is out. What's up, Gabriel Montoya? I believe he comes to my chats too, so that's
Yep.
cool.
Have a great day. Thank you for showing up.
Hell yeah. Thank you, everybody, for hitting up the thumbs up button. That's awesome, too.
Yes.
I think we will be doing a giveaway, dude. I think I'm going to at least, if not, I bought this 45 bullet. You know, it's out of copper. I bought it for $2. Apparently on eBay, they're going for 10 or right around $10. So apparently I got a really good deal on this. So I'll throw this into a contest, and I'm sure I got some other stuff I can throw in. And I think what we'll do is maybe we can have like, okay, on this date or whatever, what were we talking about at this timestamp? Whoever gets that right gets the prize, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I don't even think we have to be that. We can just have whoever's in the chat, because that to me is the people that are supporting us. So.
Well, even if we do that, I think we should announce that we're having a contest, because you got to get some kind of hype around it. That way they can share the videos, and people get like, oh, look at this. I'm kind of interested in this more than just for the contest. Yeah.
But I have been trying to do more just videos, so not just the morning muster, so that there's
Yep. That's a good idea.
Not just me cursing in the morning, ranting and raving about the news.
Well, I don't know if we talked about this or not, but one of the people that I watched talking about how to build your channel said that if you're going to do live streams, only do it like 3 times a week, and the rest of the week you should be doing regular videos, because what you want to do is you want to have people come to watch those videos, be liking that kind of content and engaging in that kind of content, and then those same people will be like, oh yeah, I like that guy. I'm going to go see what he's talking about live. Maybe I'll comment, and maybe he'll read my comment, kind of thing, Yeah. So I think that's probably good advice from that guy that I watched a long time ago. And I'm not taking that advice yet myself, even. So I need to.
Well, I try to read everybody's comments, and I like to keep. I like it that it's small.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't like it big?
I mean, it's more personal. I can remember some things about more people, but.
Right. No, I get that.
Like Liberty Not Licensed, he's our resident attorney. So, he lives in Florida. I remember some of these things. Mr. TV9,
Yeah.
is our Tennessean guy. Hopefully, I will be his Tennessean neighbor in the next 5 years, because that's the plan, to go to Tennessee.
5 years? Holy shit.
Oh yeah, I'm on a 5. Well, I can't move down there until my kids graduate. So, well, 4 years. 4 years. How about that?
I don't know why people think that they got to keep their kids in the same area until they're graduated. What is up with that? I mean, I had a kid. I moved her ass around all the damn time. I don't give a fuck. You make new friends. Suck it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that. It's just my father's still alive here. Not my sperm donor, but my father. My sperm donor's still alive too, but
but you don't give a shit.
Yeah, but I still care about my dad, and he's getting older, so I not that I think he's gonna die or anything, but I just still like to be around here for him. We still farm here and his large farm, so I want to be here to help him out before I move off to middle of nowhere. And once he quits farming, then maybe he'll come down and live with us, and be the supervisor on the on the big farm.
So you want to retire in Tennessee, basically?
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of we went there once, and it was a great experience. All the kids loved it when they were younger, because we don't get to go on a lot of vacations because we do farm.
So let's not have the kids come with us. Let's get rid of them before we go and enjoy it on themselves.
Well, no, they can still come. It's just that most of them are going to go on and start their careers, and hopefully the world doesn't fucking fall apart. But ideally, I'd like to have them all working for me or with me, so that they can take over whenever I'm gone.
Hmm.
So I mean, that's the goal, anyways. But
Mr. Tommy Boy says he's still listening and he'll stay alive just to see you move.
all right. We'll definitely have to have a big friggin' blowout and a
Yeah.
welcome to Tennessee party. We'll have to get it set up, 6 months in advance so people can make arrangements to come out.
I hope to move to Tennessee, but at the same time, we are talking about moving close to family and friends, which right now I don't have that many friends in Tennessee. Although I think I would be able to make a lot of friends in Tennessee because I've been there before, and those kind of people, I don't think it would take very long to be friends with. But right now, she does have a brother in Texas, and we also have a friend in Texas. So Texas is not really my ideal place to be for many reasons. But, who knows? I'm trying to be open-minded.
Right.
I'd actually have to have a CCW, which, as I already said, I'm not really a fan of.
I like I said, we went there. It's a beautiful state. Everything you could imagine you would ever want to do. You're right there in the center of the East Coast, so you can go to North Carolina. You can go to the ocean. You can go to Florida, Alabama. I mean,
Well, to be honest, Tennessee versus Texas, that you still have to have a CCW in Tennessee too. They're not a constitutional carry state yet either. I don't know.
Indiana's the same way. You have to have a CCW here too. So
I don't know. I'm liking Oklahoma though. To be honest, Oklahoma and Missouri, holy crap, those are sounding better and better.
Well, Tennessee's going to go the way of Missouri.
I hope so. That would definitely sell it for me, man. That would be like the nail in the coffin, and that's it. We're moving to Tennessee because that's really the only thing that's making me kind of question it. Is just because, well, I really don't want to get a CCW. I'd rather live in a constitutional carry state. Missouri and Oklahoma both are really doing good things right now, according to that. But we don't know anybody there. But we don't know anybody in Tennessee. But we do know people in Texas. In Texas, they ain't going that way. They're not even close to going that way. If anything, they're going to be going the other way with this whole Bloomberg. Well, not Bloomberg. Who is it? The one guy. Well, maybe it is Bloomberg who's going after the guns.
He's the mayor of New York, I think.
Yeah, I know. But he's doing this whole moms demand action and shit.
Well, if you raise your kids right, you won't have problems like that. Fuck.
Come on, you know it's not about that shit. You know what it's about. Why they?
I know what it's about, but like you can't say that you expect the system to raise your kids and then wonder why they do dumb shit. Now, do kids make mistakes? Yes, everybody makes mistakes. We're all human. But damn, like you have to do something to promote non-retardation. But
you don't understand how stupid most people are. I mean, most people are so ignorant and stupid. It's amazing. It's like a superpower. Common sense
is not a common virtue. I know,
dude. No, their version of common sense is amazing. Like. They believe hook, line, and sinker everything the left tells them without question. Obviously, guns are bad. Why would we need them when we have government? But also we don't like Trump. We don't like him at all, and we think he's Hitler. But we don't need guns. That's what police are here to do. Oh wait, what? They're killing black people in the street again? Oh, that's fine, right?
Well, it's because it doesn't affect them immediately. That's the problem. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And then they're all about this whole so woke culture, bro. I'm so done with it.
Once they come for Grandpa's shotgun that you've had in your family for 50 years or 100 years or whatever, then those people will realize too. That's like I said. I don't believe. I think the bump stock is fucking retarded. It's stupid as fuck to me. I never wanted one. I never even looked into it because I thought it was stupid to me. But it's your right to have that thing because guess what? It's constitutionally guaranteed and by God. So why the fuck would why was my opinion matter whenever I don't care? If you want to fucking own an RPG, own an RPG. Hey, I'm more than happy for you. But to me, I don't like them. It's not my thing. I would rather have fully automatic.
Right.
But they made those illegal as well.
Even with the RPG, no, you're fine. Fully automatic's not illegal. You just have to go through a whole bunch of paperwork for it, right? Which is bullshit. Which is an infringement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, fully automatic it is constitutional. It's absolutely constitutional. We were supposed to have anything the military had, including tanks and RPGs and mines and all that shit. Now, if you do something dumb with it and kill motherfuckers, then yeah, you're going to jail. And eventually that shit gets weeded out, right? But an armed society is a polite society. And I don't know how many conversations I've got into with people who believe in the Second Amendment who are like, well, if everybody had RPGs, that would just be total chaos. It'd be World War III in the streets. And, God, you guys are retarded. And these people are coming from our side of it. You know, they're the ones that are good with the whole background checks, too. Like, well, we can't have criminals having guns. We can't have felons having guns. Well, felons are not in jail. Then are they a felon? I mean, they committed a felony, right? That you call a felony. But as far as I remember, there was a quote from a founding father that said, no free man shall be barred the use of arms. Believe a felon is a free person.
They used to do that back in the day. They used to be able to, you know, as long as you didn't commit a crime with a firearm, they would give your firearm back to you after you got out of jail.
I don't know when you're talking about, but back in the 17 and 1800s, you got out of jail, no matter what crime you committed, you got your guns back. You weren't barred the use of arms once you were a free man. Nowadays, we have this thing where you have probation and all these other things and stuff like that. If you are such a danger to society that you should not be able to have a firearm to protect yourself because you might use it in a crime, then you're obviously not rehabilitated and you should probably spend more time in jail. I am for increasing the amount of time for people who use guns in violent crime. But don't tell me that you're going to let them out and then not allow them to have a firearm. You can't. They've got to be able to defend themselves. That's just common decency. You mean you're going to send this person that may or may not have been rehabilitated out into the wild, and now if he has been rehabilitated and is trying to live a lawful life or whatever, and something happens to him, he can't defend himself or his family. So you're basically not giving him any options to that. I don't know. You know, it's the same thing with like child predators, right? I don't think that they should ever be out of jail, right? And maybe they should be castrated. Maybe they should, well, maybe not castrated. Maybe they should be killed, right? Bring back the death penalty. But at the same time, I do not agree with a registry because you are now, like, they did their time. I do not agree with the amount of time. I'm just prefacing that now. I do not agree with the amount of time these people get. But if they get that time and then they get let out, I think a registry is unconstitutional as hell. Absolutely unconstitutional. Do I agree with child pedophiles? Fuck no. Right? Lock them up for the rest of their goddamn life. But I don't know. I probably just opened a whole can of worms with the whole I don't believe in a registry bullshit.
Well, I think you can't fix that kind of illness, so.
And there's, you know, that's a valid point, right? So lock them up for the rest of their life. Or give them like one chance, right? But registry? Fuck no, man. That's so unconstitutional. It's not even funny. That's basically punishing them after you've punished them, which is kind of like double jeopardy kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, they shouldn't let them out, or they should just, you know.
Yeah, I can agree to that. If it was a violent act,
pedophilia. There's no. I don't care if it's a violent act or not.
I get you. No.
In my book,
and I know. Yeah, I get you on that. But I mean, there is different levels, right?
So
There's different
basically,
levels.
how that would work out if something happened like that to one of my children, I would be in prison, because
Right.
that shit wouldn't fly.
Right. No, and
Sorry.
I get that. And I don't think if I was a jury member that I would give you much time for that. You know, you might get a little bit just because you shouldn't have done that, but I totally understand why. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
no, I'm all for increasing it to either life, execution, or let's say there was no actual act, but he was just jerking off through a window while he was watching the kid, right? So somebody who's doing that, I don't think needs to be locked up for the rest of their life. I think that they may get a second chance. Obviously, if they fuck that up, then I'm going to have their sentence increased. But there is a difference in the levels of severity of that act. You know what I mean?
If I seen something like that, you wouldn't have to worry about going to jail, bro, because you'd be fucking ventilated.
Yeah, I know what you would do. I'm talking about what the law would do.
Well, that's why it's a fucked up law. First of all, if you're trespassing and you're staring in my kid's window, yeah, that's rule number one that you broke in my book. And second of all, if I catch you fucking yanking your crank, yeah, that's another fucking violation of my privacy. That's why there's
Okay.
porn, buddy. If you want to go fucking yank your crank, do it to porn. There you go.
Well, I'm not trying to give excuses for child pedophiles, so I think I'll change the topic back to coin hunting. So I found a 1930 penny. Wow, how did we get onto that subject? I guess it was
a poison stinger moment.
Yeah, I get into my whole constitutionality shit, and then it opens up a can of worms. I apologize for that. That's another opinion I'm sure people don't give a shit about.
So what are you looking for in the pennies?
Well, to be honest, the reason I got them was to just fill my books. So I'm not really looking for any one thing. I'm looking for pennies between 1909 to 1974, basically. And I did fill up a few more in my 41 to 74 book. As I said, I found 3 wheat heads. So I've only put 2 of them in here so far because the third one is the 1930 that I want to. Oops, that's not the right one. The 1930. I want to kind of clean up a little bit, not with any kind of abrasives, but maybe with a sonic cleaner and some soap and water. But so there you go. That's what I've done so far. I had one of these as a kid, and I cannot find it for the life of me. I had recently found it before we moved down here to Phoenix again, and now I've lost it, and I can't find it. And I had some really good ones, including one from 1955S with the outline of Lincoln on the tail side. You could see where Lincoln was printed, on the tail side.
Mm-hmm.
So it was almost like it was struck, flipped, and then struck again, because there was a faint outline of Lincoln on the back. So nowadays I'm thinking that might be worth something. You know what I mean?
That is worth a lot of money.
Probably.
That's worth a lot of money.
Is it?
Where'd it go?
I don't know, man. It's somewhere. Hopefully not still in Ashford.
I would be digging for that because that is worth a lot of money. I seen one of those where it's a Lincoln is on the reverse and it's sold for like quite a bit of money.
I mean, it's not, really Lincoln. It's just a really good, embossed outline of him.
Yeah,
right?
That's the double die reverse.
Yeah.
Where the coin.
When I was a kid and I saw that, I would go to coin places and ask, "Hey, is this anything?" Like, no, that's just normal. Nowadays with eBay and all this shit online, I'm thinking, I don't think that was normal. And maybe they didn't either know anything about it. I don't know if the Cherry Picker's Guide, how old that is, but I don't think they were looking for that kind of errors back in the 80s and the 90s. So,
well, people that were really into it for the stuff would have said yes, but most people, a coin dealer, if you go to them, they're only there for the value that they could get out of it. So they're not going to go into all the, oh, that's got a cut on it. Now, if it's a big giant cut, then yeah, they would, maybe be interested in it. But they're going to play it down to you anyways. They're like, oh, that's only worth $1.
Oh, dude, I am so tired of that shit, bro. Like the slabbed eagles that I had talked about before. I had went to a couple local coin shop dealers and like, how much would you give me for this? And they're like $23 or some shit. Like basically what a normal eagle would be plus $1 or $2. I'm like, that's bullshit. And then I eventually went to another place and I had them in my pocket, but I did not take them out. And I'd seen that they also had the same year with the same grade, MS69, exact same thing, right? I was like, oh, how much is this? As a curious customer, how much is that? I'm curious. I'd like to. I might be interested in buying that. Like, oh, that's like $75. Oh, 75. That's really good. That's a good price. That's a good price. I have some right here. How much would you give me for mine? Probably 22. Like, bullshit, motherfucker. I ain't doing that. Oh, that's some. Now the coin guy that I have now, he does not pay numismatic, right? I have a proof set from 1964 I bought for $20. I know I can sell that for $25-$30 all day long, right? On eBay or whatever. But this guy, he's like, nah, man, I could only give you like $8 because he's adding up the silver. He don't give a fuck. It's a proof set. If he buys it, he's going to sell it as a set. He's not going to take it out or anything, but he's going to sell it for just over spot. Or $14 face, right? And I know this because of other things that he has there. I also brought that coin to him, and I was like, okay, how much would you give me for this? And he's like $20-something. I was like, oh, here we go again. And I was like, well, I have, but how much would you sell it for? He's like, oh, I'd sell for maybe $1 more than I buy it from you for. I'm like, okay. And I know this is true because he now has the state quarters that are 90% silver in the plaques. He has those for, like, I think $18 for a set of 5 of them, which is just above spot. It's a little bit more than spot because it's proofs. He always charges a little extra for the proof. But, I mean, I went online, and those are going for $28, $30 a piece. So, yeah, he buys it low. He sells it low. So he's the guy I buy from. He is not the guy I sell to. Pepper Satan is in the house. The topic before the penny was better. Yeah, you like the child pedophilia shit?
Yeah, I have no, and that's exactly why I didn't join the police force. I mean, I got out and I thought, well, fuck, maybe I should go join the state police or something. And then I got to thinking about it, and then I talked it over with the wife, and I'm like, before I went to academy, I was like, yeah, I just don't think I could come across someone beating the fuck out of their wife or their kids, like not whipping their ass, because that's something totally different. Or a child pedophile, a pedophile guy or a woman, whatever fuck gender you want to call yourself. I couldn't handle that, and I would probably smoke them right then and there, and then I would just be in jail. So I did not go that route because of that. My moral obligations were different, and I still stick by those. I would not tolerate any of that shit, so that's why I did not go.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of that, dude. I just think that it should be, if you're gonna, you shouldn't let them out. You should just not let them out. If they're gonna recommit, what's the stats on that? Like 90-something% of them recommit.
Yeah,
it's excessive, right? So obviously, go on the stats. If they're gonna recommit, then don't let them out.
And it may not be that everyone's going to, but I didn't want to be in that position because I know how I feel about it, and that's not.
No, I get that. I get that for sure.
It's morally incorrect in my book, and so instead of putting my family and myself in a predicament, I just decided that it would not be good for me to do that. So.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't take very long for you to get in trouble, huh?
No, because I have buddies that were in the Marines with me, and they become officers, and yeah, some of the shit that they tell me, I'm like, bro, how do you even? And a lot of them have problems. They don't sleep at night because of the shit, because of some of the shit they've seen. But that's why I'm like, dude, I just can't handle that. Like, fucking, you don't harm kids, man. Come on.
Yeah. It's the world we live in, though, man. A lot of evils. Somebody's got to go around and fix those problems. I believe it should be a sheriff, but obviously we have police officers, so they need to be the ones going and cleaning that up. But they also need to be respectful to people at the same time. You know what I mean? So it's not an easy job. I'm never saying it was, but if you're gonna do it, you should do it right and do it responsibly and know the law. Oh my goodness. I don't know how many times I've had that discussion. Well, cops shouldn't have to know the whole law because there's so many laws that it would be impossible. Well, neurosurgeons have to know a lot of shit too, but they don't use that fucking excuse. Well, I don't know how to do this part because that would be too much work for me to learn all of it. You know how many have you ever seen a book on neurosurgery? I haven't, but I'm pretty sure it's thick as fuck, right? And boring as shit. If they can do it, so can a police officer. It's that fucking important. It is. You have a license to kill motherfuckers, and you can get away with it with immunity. Yeah, you should have to go to school a little bit longer than what you are. Well, they just pump them in and out. Well, that's the problem. That's the problem. You need police reform. They need to go to school. They need to train. You need to go. You can't just be like, I think I'll be a police officer now, and then just join up.
Well, I mean, the training, I definitely agree with, because you do need to be, they need to be trained more. Just like anything else, if you're going to go out, you need, like, I've long thought this, because like I said, I have family, buddies that are cops, and the training's just not there. I mean, you can't send a 20-year-old out into the fucking world, and not give them the proper training. That'd be like sending the military to a war zone and not having training. So it is the training that's the problem. I don't, and like with everything, and I'll say this till I'm blue in the fucking face, there's bad people in every organization, man. There's bad people in society.
Well,
there's bad people here.
I think there's more bad than you know. I think most of, well, as I've said before, I think most of them are bad. But we just had an incident recently where a couple of police officers are now on suspension and might get fired because there was a video that leaked of them talking about how they are looking forward to martial law so they can go around and kill a whole bunch of N-words. And one of my favorite quotes on that was that they were talking about a judge, and it's like a magistrate or whatever, and they called him a Negro magistrate, which I thought was funny, but wrong. Yeah, and then they were also talking about shooting a cop.
Oh,
one of their own who might not be okay with what they want to do when this whole thing lights up. So this was them bullshitting and talking around or whatever like that, right? But it was on video. And yeah, I mean, think about all the people they've arrested over the years. They're 20-year veterans. Think of all the people they've arrested, and they go into much more detail. I'll probably bring it up tonight or something. I don't know, but it's amazing, right? In that 20 years, you don't think they've had a little issue with some of the black folks?
Wrong people in general.
Mm-hmm. Those people, I mean, they need to be gone. But there's a lot of that, right? There's a lot of that, and you don't always hear about it because half the time they don't, they're not kind enough to videotape it for you.
Idiots.
Yeah, pretty much.
Topic. Weed cough from Irish. No wonder the screen is dark. No, the screen is dark because I am coin searching while I'm doing this. So
So glad that we could get your undivided attention on your own damn chat, bro.
I have undivided attention. I can hear still. I can multitask. I am a jarhead. Fucktards.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be fucking around. Don't be fucking around. If you can't multitask, then you can't do it, right? I gotcha. But I can multitask.
Sure.
And if you hear me screaming and yelling because I found something fucking badass.
All of a sudden your screen comes on, you got to show it off.
Yeah. I just, there's so much. And realistically, the only reason I'm doing this is because I'm trying to fund the land purchase to get everything started. So within the 5 years after I do get to move down there, that or whatever, that I'll have everything in place, and we can go right into getting to work and training people to. It's not only going to be farming. We're going to do blacksmithing courses. So you can come down and make that knife or hatchet you always wanted. Stuff like that. So it'll be like a place to come where we can all gather. And I say veterans, but I'm open to other people coming as well. But I like I said, I want to help out my brothers and sisters so they can transition back, because it's a hard transition. For some, not for all. Some people roll right out of the military and go right to Raytheon or NADEP or something. But if you give somebody a place to come down, it's relatively inexpensive or free, depending on your situation. Then you can find a new skill that you'd be maybe valuable to you in your new occupation.
It beats being homeless. I mean, I know a lot of veterans supposedly are homeless, right? So.
Well, a lot of that's because they want to be. Not all, but a lot of it's because they just want to get away from society. And what better way to do that than to go out and see the world and not have to deal with it.
Is that what we're calling that now? Oh, I'm not homeless. I'm just out seeing the world.
Well, I used to have a guy that was a homeless, if you want to say homeless. He chose to be. He had a family and like a mother and a father and stuff. But he decided that he wanted to be a transient person and go across the country and see the world and not have any responsibilities. He didn't have any kids. I let him stay whenever he would come through on his journeys, But he would stay at we put up a place for him in the shop, and he would just come there, and he lived there for a while. And one day he said he wanted to go back home, but at the time he did not want to, and he wasn't even a veteran, but he was a good dude, and if you asked him for help, man, he'd be more happy to help you. And so, like, that's what I say. There's good in people, man. You just got to find it.
Some people is buried deep inside.
Yeah.
I'd like to find the good in Biden or any political parasite.
Well, those are just full-blown dipshits that are money-driven.
Oh, there's good in everybody there, Irish. Come on now.
Well, there might be some good in him.
Yeah, there's some good in that raccoon you had for dinner, too.
I did not eat that. My buddy did.
Cute little thing. All it wanted was some fried chicken.
Yeah, well, you seen the massacre that it left, didn't you?
Yeah. Not saying it wasn't bad, but I mean,
you take it from
gotta eat.
You take it from we'll go find something out in the woods, buddy, like you were meant to do. No free meals here. That free meal turned out real bad for you.
Yeah, well, Democrats like free meals too. So. Hey, I'm finally done sorting all my 1990s pennies by year. So now I can go and watch that video when we're done here. I can watch the video on all the errors and things to look out for the 90s.
I found some really cool rim doubling and stuff like that. I'm really excited about the ones I found I sent you pictures of, because those are just fucking awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I think Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just saying, did you find anything on them or
On the ones that you sent, or on the ones that I've seen of mine?
on yours?
I do think I have a rim double on a 1975. It's like extra deep, right? Like I was handling the coin and I was like, damn, that rim is really pronounced. I mean, it felt like it was a real deep imprintation or whatever. And so I looked at it and I was like, oh, I think that might be doubled. I had the wife look at it. She thinks it is. So we'll relook at that later because I haven't really, I put it back into the normal change. I didn't really take it out because I've got to do more research on these things.
Yeah, I'll do a once through, and then I'll sit off the ones that I think I want to look at again, and then I'll go back. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, well, there wasn't nothing there, but at the time I thought maybe there was something. So
Yeah.
if it's something real apparent, I'll put it in a flip. But
I also have one that I think might be a delamination error, or it could just be that it got super corroded and delaminated on its own, you know. So knowing if it was delaminated in the mint versus out in circulation, that I don't know about. So obviously that one's a zinc. Stinky zinky, right? Yeah.
I mean, if you can get $5 out of a penny, I mean, you know, that's good.
I don't know, man. At some point, it comes down to effort versus reward. If I spend, 2 days going through all these pennies and I make $10, that's not really worth it.
Well, it's just a hobby, you know. You don't have to. You're not trying to do it full time.
No, I'm definitely not doing it full time. I'm doing it mostly to fill up my Lincoln books of my pennies, or at least add to it a little bit. And I'm learning a little bit about the numismatic stuff, which is interesting. It's not something I want to do as a thing to make money with, but I'll at least watch the videos on each decade and have a basic understanding of what to look for and quickly peruse it, And I'm definitely saving my coppers because as soon as they get rid of the penny, I'm melting that shit down and getting some money.
Yeah, I think it's right now it's 3 cents.
Yeah, now, well, as soon as they make that illegal, or not illegal, once they get rid of the penny, the whole, remember the silver quarters and the silver dimes, how hard that's getting to find? It's going to be the same thing with these copper pennies. So get them now because there will not be any after they make the penny irrelevant. So
yeah,
I don't have a lot, but I have like $1 worth, I think, right now. But I'm going to be doing this every once in a while just to fill up the penny book.
Yeah, I just always go through it to find silver. And occasionally, like I found a mercury dime. So
I've never found any silver in anything.
I was amazed. I found a quarter once. That was great.
That would be cool. I would love to do that. Now I might do some dime roll hunts because I do have my dime book as well. Yeah, so I wouldn't mind filling that up. And dimes are more likely to have silver than quarters because quarters are easier to see with the naked eye, whereas dimes are kind of like, that's just a roll of dimes.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know. I've never found anything good in my pocket change though, other than a few pennies here and there. Not silver.
I thought I had a score, but it was where the edge crimp, where they make the factory rolls. No, get down, cat. But it was just where they had edge crimped the fucking the end coins. So I was super stoked. I was like, oh yeah, I found an error. No, it's not. It's just the edge crimp.
All right.
All right. Well, guys and gals, this is a 2-hour mark, and I have to get busy. I've just sorted through all my pocket change here while we're doing this mid-morning or mid-afternoon muster. So
we almost started it on time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for checking in. Hopefully everybody's doing good. I'm glad to see that Liberty Not Licensed showed up and he's doing better. Him and his family. Mr. Tommy Boy 9's getting some fancy upgrades. So on his new ride. So
for sure.
Appreciate everybody checking in. As always, I'm Irish USMC Vet. thumbs up, thumbs down, bitches, moans, complaints. Leave them in the comment section below. Stan, you're late, bro. I'm gonna start sending you a text message.
Oh, you could ring the bell and you'd be notified when he goes live.
Yeah,
Because it's usually random enough where you need to have that bell rung.
Right. So, but anyways, thanks for everybody for checking in. Thanks for coming in late, Stan. We won't hold it against you this time.
You can still hit that thumbs up button.
Yep. That stabbing was in Scotland, was at a refugee hotel. Go figure. I don't get any notification. Yeah, that happens. We're kind of a controversial channel, and it'll get worse as the more people that we get. But
FedEx is here. I might be getting something nice. Nope, never mind. They keep on rolling.
I'll try to remember to text you, Stan. I have your number. So if you get a weird number from America, just know it's me. I will try to remember to do that, or email you one, let you know. So, but yeah, got to get out of here, guys and gals. Thanks for coming. Simplify, Godspeed, and everybody have a great day. Go out and learn something, and don't hate, appreciate. Be good people. All right, guys and gals, have a good day.
All right, man. Peace.